All right, time for another one of my favorite pro tips. I'm going to show you how you can design and build your own completely custom tooltips in Power BI. So when I say custom, let's be clear, I'm not talking about updating formatting styles or settings like font sizes or colors. I'm talking about next level customization. And what we're going to do is actually design a completely new report page that can be displayed in tooltip format anywhere else in our report. What that's going to do is let us add all sorts of information, even new visuals inside of those tooltips without adding clutter or noise to our report pages. So let me show you how this works. We're going to add a new page. Let's call it Category Tooltip. And step one is to update some of our page settings here. So first and foremost, page information, we're going to change the type from standard to tooltip. And when we do that, Power BI kind of resizes the canvas to the default tooltip aspect ratio. We're actually going to update that in our canvas settings. And instead of tooltip, we're going to choose custom settings. And in this case, I want a height of 225 pixels, and I want a width of 425. The last thing I'd like to do is add a canvas background here using that dark gray with no transparency. So that's looking good. And now I can treat this as if it were any other type of report page. I have access to all of the same tools and visuals as I normally would. The difference is that what I design here is exactly what's going to be visible within my new tooltips. So what I'm going to do is start by inserting a multi-row card so that I can drop in a bunch of different KPIs right here. Let's go ahead and start adding fields. We'll do total revenue. We'll do total profit. Kind of the same standard fields, total orders that we've been using as KPIs all along the way. Let's do total returns, and one more. We'll add return rate as well. And that's looking good. Obviously, need to do a bit of formatting here too. So let's go ahead and format the callout values. We'll go Sego UI bold, size 10, in that bright blue. Those are the actual numerical values on the cards. I also want to update the category labels, the text beneath those values. And for labels, let's drop it down to a size 8 in white fonts. And last thing we need to do is just remove that background like so and resize things a little bit. And that's looking pretty good. Now this is where we can get really creative because we essentially have literally a blank canvas in front of us. So what I'd like to do is add an area chart here so that we can see order trending by category instead of just the comparison breakout that we have in our bar chart. And to do that, we're going to pull start of week into our x-axis, and we're going to pull total orders into our y. Like so. That's looking good. Obviously, need to do some formatting here as well. So let's go ahead and turn off the background, update our title here. We're going to use that standard title, Sego UI. Let's do size 8 here, just to make it a little bit more subtle. The text color is going to be just one click above the gray that we typically use. This is going to give us a nice kind of low contrast subtle title. And we can rename it Weekly Orders and center above our visual. That's looking good. Let's make some updates to our X and Y axis. We don't need the axis titles displayed. And for the values, let's just bump them down to size 8. So that's good for my X. Same updates to my Y. We don't need the Y-axis title. And the value font size, we can dip down from a 9 to an 8. That's looking good. Last thing is the actual lines or the area itself. Let's go ahead and drill into our line formatting options. Drop the stroke width from 3 to 2 and change from that default blue to our branded blue. And that's looking pretty darn good. So let's stop there. I think that's a ton of information that we can pack into this tooltip. The page has been configured as a tooltip page. That means our last step is to connect this to some of the visuals in our report. So let's jump back to Executive Dashboard. And I want to update the tooltips here in our orders by category bar chart. So we can head into that visual formatting options, head to Properties, Tooltips. Now instead of the default, we're going to select Report Page here, and the page that we're going to link to is that category tooltip page that we just created. And now check this out. When we hover over these bars, we see that custom tooltip that we just built, and it's completely dynamic. It filters based on which bars that I'm selecting. This is order trending for accessories, for bikes, and for clothing. So really the sky's the limit from a creative standpoint here. Just a great way to pack more context and more valuable information into your reports without overwhelming your users. Now, typically you don't want people viewing or editing the tooltip page itself. So what you can do is right-click and hide those pages from view. Your tooltips will still be visible, they're still accessible, but the page itself will be hidden to end users. So there you go. That's your crash course in designing custom tooltips in Power BI.